Peace. This Supreme Intelligence. This video is going to be about marriage and relationships. What should it be and what it shouldn't be. Well, when you're in a relationship, that's like a tryout for marriage. It's like within the first couple of months, or maybe couple months or weeks or something like that, you're gonna know this is the person I'm gonna be with for the rest of my life. You know, and it's like you're constantly with that person, constantly talking, constantly asking questions. You want to know about this person. You want to know the ins and outs of this person. You want to get a better understanding of who this person is and their flaws, and they get to know about you, like your problems, your flaws, and this and that. That's why I say it's a tryout to see if this is something that you're gonna be with. You're both are gonna have problems no matter what. But you gotta think like this: is it too big for me to have an understanding of this person's problems and stuff? Like I say, like this: always talk. Like sometimes when you in a relationship, you're gonna do some stupid shit. You know what I'm saying? Everybody does stupid shit. You're gonna have like issues. You're gonna have a lot of things within yourself that you're used to doing. That's why I said it's a trial for marriage. You know, I say this, like, get to know the person like very well. Like, it should be at a point where if you're thinking something, that person should think. You know what I'm saying? If you feel that you haven't seen that person in a while and you miss the hell out of that person, is that you miss that person so much that, you know what I'm saying, you can feel butterflies in your stomach. Or when you see that person, you look that person in the eyes and stuff, the person just looking at you for no reason, and the person still smiling. You know, just it's like the fire should never go out in no type of way. The fire shouldn't go out, and it should be like so solid that nobody can break your bond that y'all have. But these days, some relationships bonds are broken. But can bonds be fixed? Yeah, it takes a whole lot of work for bonds to be fixed. But these days, it's like things, a lot of things going on inside a relationship. The one thing that I noticed, that I learned, is don't put all your business on social media. Like, you can say I'm with this person, people will know you're with this person, but don't overdo it. Because I seen situations where people overdid it, and I'm thinking, yeah, this person is very happy, and in reality, come to find out, they broke up, and they wasn't really that happy. Like, stop. It's this word that we use from New York. It's called faking the fraud. Meaning, don't fake the fraud for nobody else to approve of yourself or any situation that you're in. You should be the one that approves everything. Like, you're the one in this relationship, not them. You don't have to front for nobody but yourself. And marriage is a hard job. You know what I'm saying? Very hard. Because you don't know how that person is until you live with them. Meaning, the person is gonna have their problems. Like, I'm simple, you know what I'm saying? I work, I come home. Sometimes when I was married, I didn't want to do nothing but just lay down and go to sleep. You know, my marriage was very difficult because she was not necessarily a follower, but in the way she was, you know, just your husband should, and your husband or wife should be your best friend. Before anything happens in that house, you two talk about it first. Don't listen to no one else. And that's the downfall of marriages these days. It's like they always want, between marriage and a relationship, the person you with or your children or whatever should be the first priority. Nobody else should matter. Like, my problem that I had a issue with opening up and telling how I feel. I'm like, okay, she'll do something, and I'd be like, okay, I'm just gonna accept it for what it is. Then later on, I'll get angry, and it'll still be inside of me. Then once I tell you how I feel, it's not the words I say, it's how I would say it. And that's something that us as people have a problem with these days. It's not like back in the day when our parents was married like 30, 40, 50 years and stuff. Nowadays, you barely can get a 10-year marriage because we're like, society has really messed up the things with marriage and stuff. Marriage, don't get me wrong, marriage is a beautiful thing. Relationships is a beautiful thing. But it's like a lot of things in a marriage that's messed up. Like, one thing I cannot forgive. I can't forgive you, but it's gonna take a while. Is someone that cheats and stuff. My marriage ended for a lot of reasons. You know what I'm saying? Was some was her fault, some was mine. Like, she was more like I say this, when you're married, do things that you did in the beginning. Don't stop doing that because you're mad at somebody or something. It's like y'all should always talk. Like, we used to do something like every Friday. She'll cook my favorite meal, and kids go to sleep. It'd be like we have a little date thing in the living room. So at the time, I wasn't. I was working. I had to get up like 6 o'clock in the morning to be at work at 8 o'clock. Cause at that time I was working in New York. So I'll come home, then I have to go to school, which I had to go to school at 6 to 10. You know, not it was full time, but again it wasn't because it wasn't every day of the week, but it was like 3 days a week, 4 days a week. But still, you know what I'm saying, I needed rest and whatever. And that's what drew us apart because she didn't understand that I was in school, working, and paying the bills. Just always in the marriage have a clear mind of the person you with and your needs and that person needs. You know, you're gonna need things, that other person's gonna need things. But the most important thing, always have a clear understanding. Y'all gonna argue, but don't say things that go below the belt. Like, I have a temper. You know what I'm saying? I say things that I don't mean. Especially if I'm hurting, I'm gonna tell you like how I feel. And I'm sometimes, and I had to get out of that. I had to stop going below the belt and just sometimes just walk away. You know what I'm saying? Like some women don't like when a man walks away, you know, because they don't want to argue or whatever. But just pick a day, be like, can me and you go to the park to talk? Or go somewhere to talk. Do something like that to get the problem resolved, or get somebody that you trust and that can talk to you both. That right there, like in my culture, like when it's a big problem, we always talk, you know, or find somebody that we trust that we can talk. Like, a lot of people don't like that. They think that that's like a shrink and that they're not crazy. But a shrink is good in a way because you get a lot of things off your chest, a lot of things off your heart, like a lot of negative energy off of yourself. So it's like when you're married, you gotta fight through it. Some things you can and you can't. But I learned that it's like sometimes a person gives you no choice but to just end the marriage. Like I gonna understand if the person cheat. If it's one time, yeah, you could probably us men, we ain't gonna forget that shit ever. But if it's multiple times, multiple men, and certain things come out of that cheating is like cheating is bad, but if you got a person that's understanding, forgiving, why are you gonna do that? It's like certain people aren't satisfied with anything. You know what I'm saying? And that's how some people are. They just not understanding and just can't go on. It's like you can take but so much until you be like, fuck this shit, no more. And that's just how I felt about my marriage. I just couldn't take it no more. But if it's not anything really, really horrible, you can fight through it or fight through it and whatever, you know. So that's all I gotta say. This video was about relationships and marriages. All right, peace.